afternoon, everyone. Coming to you live from our backyard to get a little bit of fresh air and vitamin D. We're going to do our strength workout in the backyard today on the deck. Martin kindly shoveled all the snow off the back deck so we can get this done outside. So we're going to start today with a few different toys to play with this. We don't have anybody on yet, so we're just going to wait a couple of minutes until we have a few more people coming on. Meanwhile, I'm just going to be warming up on my Bosu ball.
Good afternoon, Dan. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Dan.
Dan is the first one, so does he get a prize?
Dan, you get a prize. You get a big hit on the shoulders, hit on the back. Congratulations for joining us and staying with your plan. I've been following you on Training Peaks, and you're doing a good job staying fit. Good stuff. It's hard to do when you don't have our tribe around you all the time, but this is a great way for all of us to stay connected. Okay, so today we're going to need a few toys, and maybe you have them and maybe you don't, but I'm going to give you alternatives if you don't have the toys that I've got going on here. So first of all, we're going to start on a Bosu ball. So what I've done is I've turned the Bosu upside down, and we take the feet about shoulder width apart, and we're going to wobble around here for a few minutes until we get a couple more people joining us. Alternatives to the Bosu: have a fun little game here, which is a wobble board where you put your ping pong ball on it and try to bring it round to the center. That's sort of a fun game. Or if you have one of those poofy pillow things, you can stand on there on one foot. Lots of options for wobble board. If you don't have any of those toys, what I'd like you to do is just lie down on your back and imagine yourself twisting your ankles in one way and the other way, and then point and flex your feet. So just keep playing with that.
Good afternoon, Anna.
Hi, Anna. So a couple of other toys that you might want out. A Swiss ball, if you've got one, or some kind of a bench to do some strength on. I've got my med ball up today, so if you want a med ball, or if not, you've got some dumbbells maybe, or maybe you've got a cast iron pot and you can use that. We're trying to be creative here. I know not everybody has all the toys. So if you are on the wobble board or an upside down Bosu, what you're trying to do is work on your ankle flexibility. Ankle flexibility in swimming is super important. My mom had no ankle flexibility, and she would kick with her feet flexed. So she would kick like that, and she would find out that she was going backwards instead of forwards. So we had to work on her ankle flexibility. I got her a wobble board, and we worked on that to help her with her kick in swimming. So,
Question for you though.
We have a question.
Is this a stability exercise or strengthening exercise?
Yes, it is stability and strengthening and flexibility. So you've got a lot going on here. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you can do is wobble front and back. So we're opening up the ankles here. Oh, I'm going to set Siri to 2 minutes. Hey Siri, count down 2 minutes. She didn't hear me. Oh well. Okay, and then we're going to go from side to side. So a little lateral movement side to side. Again, this is great for your ankle flexibility, great for your stability, working on those little dendrites, proprioception, all of that good stuff. Side to side. This is just going to be our warm-up for today, getting the legs moving. While you're doing this, think about a strong core, lifting up strong from the crown of your head and starting to stabilize in through your center. So from up here down to the legs, that's all your core, making sure that those are centered. Now we're going to start to move around in circles. So here we're working like you're rolling your ankles out. So if you don't have a Bosu and you don't have a wobble board or you don't have a poofy pillow, don't worry about it. You can do this lying down and just roll out your ankles.
And one thing that's important, I believe, is to keep both your heels on the ball, right?
Yeah, keep your heels on the Bosu. Excellent, yeah. Starting to move around in circles now. How are we doing there, timer? Did you get it?
Yep. 15 minutes to go.
50?
No, not kidding. About 1 minute to go.
1 minute to go here, so I'm going back to side to side. As my ankles start to fatigue a little bit in one way, I move them another way. And then back and forth, heels to toes.
Body straight, right?
Body straight, thank you.
You're welcome.
Starting to feel these in my calf a little bit here. As we start to fatigue, we start to slump. Got my own personal trainer here checking me out. All right, that's 2 minutes. Good stuff. All right, come on off your Bosu ball. And we'll put that around to the side. Next up, you're going to grab your Swiss ball. If you have one at home. If you don't have one of these, move into a dead bug. So that's on your back. It's changing from one leg to the other leg. We've done that before in some of our videos. And if you need help with that another time, just pop a comment in the comment box. So we're coming onto our bellies on the ball and walk your hands all the way forward until your shin and your feet are on the ball. This is the most difficult version of it. Knees on the ball if you want to make it a little easier. We're doing a few of these jackknives, 15 to 20. So we straighten out the legs and then bring knees in towards the chest. Straighten out the legs. Make sure when you straighten out your legs that you don't allow your back to sag. It's like being in a plank when the leg's straight. Right? That's 7, 8, join in when you're ready. 9, we're going 15 to 20. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you've had enough, drop it down. If not, keep going. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on off your ball. Just slide your legs off to the side of the ball, staying on your hands. And then bring yourself all the way up to standing. It's getting warm out here.
No, not really.
We'll put the ball aside for a sec. And we're coming into jump squats. So this is a plyometric exercise. If you have any knee trouble, you don't want to go down too deep, and maybe you don't want to jump them. If you don't want to jump them yet, take the hands out in front, and as you're coming down, you're going to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. And then stand. The feet are about shoulder width apart, so arms out in front, digging into your heels when you get to the 90-degree angle there, and then use your glutes to lift yourself up. Heel and lift. Jump squats. We're going to bring the arms down and back behind us as we come into the squat, and then as we come out of the squat, we're going to jump it up and take the arms up and overhead. All right, I'll let you get your position right. Again, if you have knee problems, maybe just modify this a little bit. Don't go down to 90 degrees. Don't jump it out, and have fun. All right, here we go. 10 to 15. Coming down into your squat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and done. How are those quads on? I know you did a big workout yesterday.
Good afternoon, Cecile. Thanks for joining
Hello,
us.
Cecile, CrossFitter. All right, so just grab hold of your feet, stretch out your quadriceps a little bit.
Good afternoon, Parker. Thanks for watching.
Got your heart rate up. Take a few hip mandalas. Circle them out, bring that heart rate down. We had a fun, good hour of spinning this morning live. My legs are feeling a little burny. I hope yours are too. Okay, next up, med ball twist on the ball. Option 1, we have a med ball, an Ironman med ball.
Those are heavier, right?
Yes. Or maybe you want to grab a dumbbell instead. We're going to come down onto the ball. And here it's really important to get the positioning right on the ball. So we've got where your lower dodic curve is, where your lumbar curve is on the ball, and we're looking straight up towards the sky. We're going to take the ball up in the hands. Again, you can use a dumbbell here, and then twist to the right and up and twist to the left. So as you're doing this, you want to have a good stable footing on your heels, and when you're twisting, you can allow your knee to twist a little bit as well. I'll give you a sec to get set up, and then when you're ready, we'll start the count. Looking up towards the ceiling, or the sky in our case, and we'll do 15 to 20. So we're going to count per side though. So this is 1, and that's another 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, digging into your heels, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, my ball is moving, I'm moving with it, 12, 11, was that 12? This is 12, 12, 12, 13, hitting the table, 14, 15, I've got to stop because I'm going into this table, 15, if you want to do 5 more, take 5 more, and then put your ball down and roll yourself on up to seated. Nice work. Okay, what's up next? Ball twist. Okay, we're going to get into some heavy weights. It's a great opportunity to lift heavy right now. We've got great opportunity to get the right nutrition after we lift heavy, and great opportunity to rest up after we lift heavy. Perfect season to do this right now. So we're going to grab a couple of dumbbells. We're doing some chest flies. We're going to do the chest flies on the ball, or you can do them on a bench. So this time when we come down on the ball, we're going to come down with the head and the shoulders relaxing on the ball, making sure that we're fully supported in our head and shoulders. And as you come down, just walk yourself down and take your dumbbells onto your chest. So I'm walking down until my head and my shoulders relax on the ball. Next up, we're going to lift up through the glutes, so we've got a nice tabletop. Imagine your chest to your knees being a tabletop. Lift those weights up off your chest, and then we're going to pretend we've got that Swiss ball in our arms, and we're hugging it as we bring the weights down and back up. Make sure your elbows don't go too far below your shoulders. Try to keep them in line with the shoulders. All right, I'll let you get set up, and when you're ready, join in. Depending on how heavy that weight is, you may be able to go 15 to 20. If you've got a nice heavy weight, which is what we're looking for to lift heavy, maybe 6 to 10 max. So if you can get to 10, maybe this weight's a little bit light for you. Ah, lost my hat. Ah.
Looking good, coach.
Falling off the ball.
Good afternoon, Christina. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Christina. Okay, it's starting to get heavy. I've lost my count.
That was 3, 4.
And when you're done, take those weights onto your chest. Lift up your head first. Start walking backwards.
Good afternoon, Heather.
Back. And now we're back up to seated. I'm going to fix my hat in a minute. All right. Next one arm rows. You could probably lift a little bit heavier, maybe 20, 25. If you were doing 15 on the flies like I would grab a 20 or probably a 25. Again, 6 to 10 if you want to go heavy, maybe 10 to 15 if you want to go a little bit lighter and you don't have the heavy weights at home. So I'm going to grab my my 20. I don't have my 25 out here. And we're going to take this in a 3-point football stance. One arm out in front. I'm going to show the left side first. One arm out in front. My feet are wider than my shoulders now. We're going to pretend that we're starting the lawnmower. It will happen soon, even though there's snow in the backyard. Looking down, keep your head and neck in line with your spine. Stick your butt out a little bit. Take a little bit more bend in your knees. And then we lift all the way up to the chest and drop it down. Try not to allow your shoulder to relax down completely. That's like dropping the weight. We want to keep the shoulder retracted. So we lift from there. All right, you get set up. And we'll go in 5, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is too light because I passed 10, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, just drop the weight down, bend your knees, roll yourself back up, take a breather, and we'll head on over to the other side. Setting up that 3-point football stance. Feet are wider than the hips, much wider than the hips, little bend in the knees, flat back, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and one more is 15. Roll yourself all the way up, and we'll put that weight down. Next up, skull crushers.
Skull crushers?
Yes, they are called skull crushers for a reason.
That sounds painful.
Need to take off the jacket. So you'll need your ball, and you will need a weight. I'm going to go back to the 15 on this. Triceps aren't as strong as the upper back muscles are, so you can modify it as needed. And we're going back to that position of head and shoulders on the ball. So I've got my dumbbell ready to go. I always have a tendency to put my dominant hand on the top. So I'm going to start with my dominant hand first, but we're going to switch in the middle of this exercise. So dominant hand on top, other one down. Dumbbell is on my chest, walking it down here, head and shoulders on the ball. Take that weight above your head. Try not to crush your skull here. Lift your hips up back into that tabletop position. Strong hips, strong glutes. And then we're going to take that weight down towards the back of your head, keeping the shoulder to elbow steady. Just straighten out the forearms and then change that wrist position and open it up. So we're not moving shoulder to elbow. We're only moving elbow to wrist. And as you get to the top, thinking about the end of your swim stroke right there. All right, I'll give you a couple of seconds to get set up. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm starting to feel it there, so I'm going to bring it down to my chest. I'm going to switch hands now. So I've got my dominant hand on the top of the dumbbell. My non-dominant. So this is my left arm, which is a little bit weaker. And then we're going to do the other side there. 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to feel this in your lats a little bit too. 8. It's mainly for the tricep, but you'll feel it in the lats as well. Take that dumbbell back on your chest. Walk yourself up. Head comes off first, and then push your hips back. All right, next one. And this is the last of our set here. Coming up, we're going to do flutter kicks on the ball, because this is mainly strength training. For swimming, it's for everything. Let's face it, strength is good. So coming onto your stomach on the ball. We're going to come onto the elbows like you're in your aero bar position, and we're just going to flutter kick the legs off the back, fluttering like you're in the pool. Relax your ankles, allow the feet to go slightly pigeon-toed and flutter up and down. Siri, count down 2 minutes. Siri's sleeping.
No, she don't want to play today.
No. So just be careful here that you don't lift your legs up too high. We're not trying to lift them up and, scrunch our lower back here. We're just trying to use the glutes and allow the ankles to remain floppy. Videographer, am I going too high? I'm not going too high, right?
No, I'd say you're perfect.
Nice to have a mirror here to see what's going on.
I'm keeping track of time, so 2 minutes for this.
2 minutes for this.
Okay.
Great exercise to work the glutes. Feeling a little bit in my hamstrings. Great reminder to keep those ankles floppy and slightly pigeon-toed when you're kicking and swimming.
Are your arms supposed to be 90 degrees?
The elbows are directly underneath the shoulders.
Okay.
You need to shift them back a little.
1 minute to go.
1 minute to go, gang. Let's go. Keep that flutter kicking going. Thinking about Maggie, our coach, loves to do lots of good flutter kicking in the pool. Keep kicking, imagining yourself swimming through that water strong.
30 seconds.
30 more seconds. All right, let's go. Get a break after this. Ankles floppy, pigeon-toed. Try not to lift the legs too high.
10. And you're good.
And let it go. So walk yourself back, stay over the ball, and just allow your body to round over the ball. Give yourself a nice stretch and relax there. You'll start to feel opening in your shoulder blades. Your lower back is feeling nicely long and stretched here. Rock to side or front and back. And on the back of my shirt, you'll see our motto: we shall never surrender. Winston Churchill. All right, round 1 done. Give me 2 more rounds, maybe 3 more rounds if that was more of a warm-up set. So I'm going to review what we did today. Maybe you want to write it down. Wobble board, upside down Bosu, or ankle circles, 2 minutes. Swiss ball, we did the jackknife, bringing knees into chest and then straighten out onto a plank. We were on our hands in that plank. 15 to 20. Jump squats, coming into your squat, either jumping or not. 10 to 15. Med ball twist, we had our lower back on the ball and we were rotating from one side to the other side with the med ball or with a dumbbell. Chest fly, head and shoulders on the ball. Hug the Swiss ball. Imagine you're hugging the Swiss ball with your dumbbells into a chest fly. 1 arm row, 3-point football stance on a kitchen counter or whatever you can find, something nice and high. 3-point football stance. Start the lawnmower. Skull crushers. We had head and shoulder on the ball. Make sure you don't crush your skull. Take those weights up over your chest and bring the weight behind you, behind your head. Shoulder to elbow. Stay steady. And we're working on our triceps, and you'll feel a little bit in your lats as well. And then the last one, we did the flutter kicks on the ball, tummy on the ball, elbows are in arrow position, and then you're just kicking off the back, making sure you're not bringing it up too high that you compress your lower back. All right, give me 3 more rounds. I'm following you on Strava and Training Peaks. Have fun, gang. Go for it. Thanks for joining us.